And welcome to Tales from the Tips. I'm DA alongside 15-year Tour Caddy Mick Middlemo. Just a couple of guys that love to talk about the game of golf, both inside and outside the ropes, but we come at it from a different perspective. Mick?
Yes, sir.
I think we found a straggler.
We got a blow in today.
We've got somebody is jumping on the podcast that normally isn't here.
Occasionally. No, he's been here occasionally.
Right. I think this is his third official appearance on the podcast. But he's made a couple of cameo just drop-ins, dropping you off beer.
Yeah, he has dropped me off here a couple of times. A couple of cameo appearances. He gets a shout out a lot. He probably gets shouted out more than most.
Yeah, except for Greg.
Yeah.
No. Except for your partner, Greg.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss that later.
We will get into that, as a matter of fact. It's funny, my partner, who never invites me out to his club.
Well, you can. You don't play on weekends.
That's right. Cheers to that. Okay.
Cheers.
So we want to welcome to the podcast, and I do believe it is for his third time. He is a Georgia section PGA member, but now he comes more at it on the business side. He's with GT Golf Supplies, Mr. Chris Fortney. Chris, welcome to the podcast.
Good to be back.
Oh, I should have wore the hat. I wore the wrong hat.
You did.
Sorry, buddy.
You did not wear the
I didn't think about that.
team-sanctioned GT Golf Supplies hat?
No, I didn't have a drink last night, so I was a bit confused.
Got it. Okay, gentlemen, I got notes today.
You got lots of notes. Do you?
I got lots of notes.
How
We
many-
got
how
some
many
great.
pages do you have?
That's a book.
It was 18 pages when I printed it.
It was not.
Liar. 17.
How long is this podcast going to go for? Like
Well,
2 days?
that's right. We
All right,
got
I'll
a lot
shut-
to talk about.
I'll shut up. You move on.
Chris is here to discuss some really cool things that he saw down back in January at the PGA Show in Orlando. So we want to give some listeners some of the things to look at, the newest stuff that's coming out, some of the things that are the next wave in the game. So Chris is going to share some of that. We're going to discuss Hideki's collapse at the Waste Management, allowing Chris. Oh, we've made a rule that we won't use the choke word.
Nope. That was a
You
joke.
were just coughing.
Was a joke, though.
Okay. Allowing Chris Gotterup to secure his second win of the 2026 season on the first place hole. That's his fourth win, fellas, since last summer.
Yeah, he's going okay.
So I'm going to pose the same question to Chris as I posed to you a couple weeks ago after his win in Hawaii. Guys, Patrick Reed wins again on the
fire.
DP World Tour. That's a first T2 first in 3 tournaments.
On fire.
I'm going to let you guys weigh in on Rory's chances to win the race to Dubai. And then, guys, I'm going to ask you, did you see the new marketing from the PGA Tour regarding the Players' Championship?
Yes.
We're going to get into something that Mick teases me about a lot. I actually have somebody now on my side.
Yeah. You don't really.
And so,
If you start to agree with him, you're
gentlemen, we also will touch on what is happening right now. Ryo Hitsasune with a lead at 10 under out at Pebble Beach. We'll talk about the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, and we'll give our picks. Some of us are going a little on the easy side.
You're welcome.
Chris. So, gentlemen, take a drink of your beer
He's drinking
or
water.
water,
Well, he is now.
and let's grip it and rip it. Okay, notes time. So, Chris, PGA Show in Orlando in January.
Yes, sir.
Let me go to my notes here.
Oh.
I've had some discussions with some of your fellow compadres in the PGA section. I want to get some things that you thought stood out. Now, there are some brands that are going to have some new stuff coming out in 26. Callaway has the Quantum Series. Did you have a chance to look at the Quantum Series?
We did not.
Uh-oh.
We did not.
You did not?
Unfortunately, no. I was. We were in the GT booth for 3 days. Our booth.
Yeah.
And we've partnered with Annika Storntham with the Click Gear push cards. So her foundation stopped by. We had a big thing there. Tempercraft made a huge splash for us. So no, we partnered with Annika with some good things, and Tempercraft out of our booth. But we didn't have a whole lot. We were busy for 3 days. So I didn't have a chance to really go out and explore. I've talked to some other reps at dinners.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
What would you? Okay, so nothing on the G440, the Ping G440. I know Mick is interested in the TaylorMade QI 4D. The Titleist Vokey, the new wedges that are out, Bob Vokey's latest debut. Wilson making a strong return
Yes,
with
they
their
are.
forged irons.
I hit those last week.
Whoa!
And may I say, he did take some photos and show them to me, and those clubs look exceptionally good.
They are phenomenal.
I'm curious to hear your input on that, because a lot of our group that listens to this podcast would be interested in those high-end forged clubs.
He did tell me. He's already told me they're his next set of irons.
Whoa!
They come out in 2 weeks.
You already got your order in.
Grizzle's in the building.
Yes. Close.
Okay.
Close.
So the Smart Golf Ball made its debut. So, guys, and that's for guys like me that tend to lose their golf balls in the woods. They have a chip in them that allows you to locate the golf ball from your phone. So I guess it just saves you on trying to go find them. Now, I'm not sure what the cost is going to be on these, but
That's called cheating, by the way.
that's called cheating when the ball's in the woods.
Yeah, and you need something to find it that's not you. That's called cheating.
Oh, that's cheating.
Because then what happens when you find it? So then what happens when you find it? You're allowed to hit it from there?
Well, wouldn't you have to play it where it lies?
Well, then that's the point. You've had an outside influence to help you find it.
I don't think this is going to be tour legal.
Oh, I'm just saying, it's still cheating. Don't care.
So Mick has declared the new chip ball illegal.
Fact.
Should it not be universal for every golfer, whether you're on tour or not?
Not using it.
Well, that's what they always say, but now there's also, let's get back into the rollback of the golf ball, and they're talking about possibly just rolling it back for the tour players when it first rolls out and not amateurs. So how does that conform to that standard?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that.
Okay. Well, that was one that I had highlighted. I thought Mick would like that one.
Nah, it's crap.
The Zen Golf and TrackMan now have some new gear out, making it easier and more affordable for guys like us to have sims at home. Chris, how do you feel as a pro having a sim
At the house?
at the house?
I don't see anything wrong with it. We offer launch monitors that connect to phones and TVs and do the same thing.
So you like the sim?
I'm not opposed to it.
Mick, I think Mick. Where do we stand on this?
Simulators?
Yeah,
I've been in one once.
yeah.
I'm old school.
I don't think you get the real feel for what's going on.
Nah.
So, there's a lot of guys that are just going to be hitting golf balls in the winter and not really. It's the same, no different than when you're up north hitting in a net all winter.
I mean, I get it, and I understand you can have certain speeds and you can hit your club certain amount of distance indoors on a simulator and say, but how many times do you bring that actually to the golf course? And say, there's no wind, it's not cool, it's okay, it's be slightly different. So now I'm going to grip down or I'm going to do this. It's completely different. I get it. I think it's nice to work your way into it and say, this is my standard, and then I go from there. But, nah, I'm not a fan. Move on.
Move on.
I compare that to being on the driving range in hole number 1. Not the same.
Everybody hits it good on the range.
Very true. Very true. Okay. So, I want to kind of just sit there and take a quick look at
Lots of notes.
so anything else that you have
Lots of notes.
from the PGA Show, because there was the range, there's the equipment testing, spotlights, nothing. You got nothing for us. Why did we bring him on this podcast, Nick?
Because I was working the show.
Because his looks.
Oh, because of his looks.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other takeaways that you had while you were?
I will say that this PGA Show was probably one of the busiest ones that I've seen. Day one was flooded with people walking through and seeing things. So that's good for the game of golf. Like, there was a lot more out there.
Now, I had a question for you. Now, is it just like the regular punter who's coming in to walk around and have a look, or are we looking at businesses coming through and stuff like that, or is it a bit of both? Is it like just a regular guy walking in and going, okay, I want to look around and try this out and see what this is going to help me and stuff like that?
There was some of that, but there was also a lot of accounts that we have, through the U.S. that were coming by, looking at the new things or looking at stuff they want to, get into their shops this year as far as tees or, towels that we have, new stick of towels that we offer. Our Click Here booth was slam packed with push carts with the Annika Foundation. And, again, in our Timbercraft cups.
There is one more thing. There's
Yeah.
one thing I have noticed in golf in this country in the last maybe 2 years is the amount of people starting to walk now more than driving around and stuff. There's a lot more walkers on the golf course I've noticed now, which I think is very good for golf personally.
I think that's great. As a matter of fact, once we get your knee all healed up, maybe we'll walk more.
Did you? In my defence, I did play golf last Saturday or Sunday.
Sunday. You were supposed to be with me, but you bailed on me.
Last Sunday. I played last Sunday, and I actually forgot to take my knee or wear a knee brace. I played the whole 18 holes, no knee brace, no anything.
And how do you feel?
I felt great. Next day, I felt amazing. It was great.
We're going on about month 10 since the injury.
Because
it was April of last year.
No, it was in May.
Oh, May.
So we're on. So yeah, no, it felt amazing. Maybe that's why he hit it so badly, but but it felt amazing.
Oh, we didn't have a good round.
I shot 79.
Short game was good.
Yeah.
Oh, I chipped in a couple of times.
You did mention that.
Yeah, I chipped in a couple of times. I putted like a demon. Short game was phenomenal. The rest of the game was average, but that's what happens in golf.
Okay. Anything else from the show, or should we move on?
Move on. Let's move on.
You wanted to move on. Okay.
Let's move on.
As Mick would say, move on.
Move on.
Let's talk about waste management. Hideki. And I'm glad that you're coughing over there, sir, because I do have a question for you.
Yes.
At what point is it the caddy's role to pull the driver, snap it in half, and get it away from the player?
No, I would have still gone with driver on 18 there. I still would have gone with driver. I mean, if you're hitting driver bad, you're probably going to hit 3-wood bad. And if you hit 3-wood bad, then you're coming in with a lot of lumber. The only place you can't hit it there is left. And he did that twice.
At the wrong time.
At the wrong time, definitely. And there was some distractions, and there was some noise, and there was some things going on, and there was planes flying over and shadows. And of course, when you're nervous and stuff, and there was a whole bunch of things going on, it certainly made life difficult for him on 18, that's for certain.
So I'm glad you brought up the conversation part. Because I do have some notes, Mick.
Yes.
Based on the on-course microphones and post-round breakdown, are you ready to hear some of the conversations that Shota and Hideki were having?
Yes.
Okay. This is on 18th tee, regulation. One-shot lead. Faro is Nairway, water left, bunkers right. Shota reportedly points to the 3-wood and suggests, let's find the grass.
Good call.
Hideki hesitates, looking at the wind, which was gusting slightly into him and from the right, and says, no. And he went driver.
Yep.
Obviously, the result, church pew bunkers. So, from the bunker, we were in a flyer lie, according to reports, in the sand, 112 to the pin. Discussion of the lip. Shota wanted him to take a more lofted wedge and play for the center of the green, accepting a 2-putt par. Hideki decided to opt for the flighted gap wedge. Result? Trap.
Thin
to win.
Thin to win, baby.
And then on the playoff, the chair drop, obviously, as you mentioned, there was some background noise. I did, as we were putting the notes together for this, and Mick, you and I have talked about this. That tournament is something completely different than what it normally is. At what point, and I actually have a question for you here. He had the option to have him step back and take a longer breath. The caddy didn't really help him take that deep breath and step away.
Yeah.
What would you have done there?
I probably would have walked in off the tee and get, let's start again. Let's go back to everything we just talked about. This is the line. This is where we're trying to hit it. Okay, we've had the distraction. Let's go back and let's refocus. Let's start again. Let's go through the process from the beginning till the end again, instead of just going, okay, take a deep breath and because every now and again now you're going to sitting there and you think, is there going to be any more noise? Is there going to be any more of this? I would have walked in basically and gone. I would have said to the crowd, hey guys, can we keep the noise down just a little bit? Right. I appreciate you. I know we're all excited. This is big for us as well. Let's keep the noise down. Appreciate you. Talk to the player. Go, okay, let's go. Let's refocus on what we're doing and then start again.
And by doing that, you're actually buying more time for the player to relax.
100%.
So, and Shota is not a new caddy. Him and Hideki have been together a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
At what point, though, do you, as a former caddy, look at the role that Shota played in the collapse and say, okay, here's where he made his mistakes?
That's where that was the main mistake, where he should have walked in and just gone, okay, let's regroup, let's start again, let's refocus. Okay, you got the wind. It's coming in from here. This is our line. This is where we need to be. Refocus. Talk to the crowd again. Have a little chat. I mean, I don't know how his English is, but I appreciate it. I know it's.
Well, you could always, if you're English, obviously, yes, there could be a language challenge there. You can always ask the volunteers that are surrounding that tee, and there were a lot of the Thunderbirds were there, and you had the standard volunteers.
Yeah, and let's just talk to them and go, hey, let's start again and regroup. And it gives him more time to. Obviously he was nervous, and again, people could say, well, how can you be nervous? You got millions of dollars in your bank, you've already won the Masters and stuff like that. Because you're in the heat of the battle, you're in competition, and you're still going to be nervous and things like that. So sometimes it's up to the caddy to try to quell those nerves, calm the player down a little bit, and go, okay, now let's start again.
So let me ask you this, because I think you and I, this is the one thing that we've talked about on the podcast, and what we're trying to get our listeners to really understand. This is course management.
100%.
For Hideki, understanding that he has a pre-shot routine, and it's usually pretty timed. If you really put these guys on a standard stop clock, in and out, they're pretty much almost to a second identical every time. I don't know, there may be a gust of wind or some noise or something like that. When Hideki got back up on the tee for the playoff, and he pulled out the driver again, what should he have done at that point? Because at this point, veto power is gone.
Oh, veto power is 100% gone at that stage.
And now, but you've just watched Chris Goddard bomb one down. Do you think I've got to play driver now because I've got to be close to this guy, even though Hideki is nowhere close to being as long as Goddard up? Or do you think it was we should have just taken the 3-wood and played it?
To me, it's a driver hole. I don't think there's any other club you can hit off that hole, especially if it's into the wind. I don't think there's anything you can do. You can't stop there and start playing for bad shots. And that's the difference. You can't get up there and expect, okay, my boy's going to hit a bad shot. I'm not expecting him to do that. I'm expecting him every time we go up, this is the line I want you to hit. This is the driver we're going for. This is what you've done, 10,000 times in your life. Let's take driver and let's hit driver off that hole.
But let's be candid. I mean, he hadn't been driving the ball all day.
No, he hadn't been.
He hit 3 fairways all day.
I think he hit 2, but
so at what point do you?
Well, but at that point, but he's still leading the tournament, and so I'm not going to. There's absolutely no way I'm going to talk him into hitting 3-wood, because again, if he's hitting his drivers bad and he's hitting his 3-wood bad, now I'd rather hit a bad long driver than a bad 3-wood that's short.
The long driver put him in the pond and
well, it wasn't really. Well, it was assisted. It was assisted into the pond with the spectators, unfortunately. And it was funny because I was watching it with Chris. He was watching, and I was trying to watch that and a little bit of the Super Bowl. And he said he just hit it on the water on 18. And I went, well, you can't hit it on the water on 18. I was like, that's like virtually impossible unless you hit a snap hook. And then I saw that he actually He was actually a little unlucky because it could have easily gone a long way forward too, because he would have cleared the pews. He would have cleared the pews, but he did have the whole world on the right-hand side where he could have easily hit it in that bunker or even into the grandstand over there, and then you get line of sight from the grandstand.
Right.
Into a nice angle from the pin too, by the way.
Free relief, nice angle in.
Yes.
A little bit back, but...
A little bit back, but okay.
But okay.
So, yeah, there's a lot of room right.
That's what you should have been yelling at him.
I would have been, okay, but...
Go right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, but even that, even at that stage, if you stand on the tee and you know he's having trouble hitting it left and stuff like that, my comment would be, okay, let's try to hit a fade. Let's cut one. Let's cut. If the wind's off the right, let's cut one into the wind. So then you're trying to cut it into the wind, and that gives you more. I think that would have been more of a play than the way he went. Again, I'm not privy to the conversation they had, but that's where I would have been going with it.
Well, but I think that's the part of this conversation that I wanted to have with you today was, and for our listeners, is to really understand there were a lot of mistakes made in a very short period of time that could have been corrected had you just taken a break or taken a breath and taken a step back. And I think we all do it out on the golf course. We rush through things.
Yeah.
And just kind of, and that's what happens.
I think the biggest mistake was made in the bunker. Personally, that was the biggest mistake. You just take the right club, you take plenty of loft, you clear that lip.
You don't even allow the lip to be in play.
And even if it comes up 10 yards short of the green, well, then you just get up and down.
Right.
But you can't make that second mistake. You've made the first one, you cannot make the second mistake. And that's the problem that I think they had in the church pews. And he hit it thin. I mean, he obviously hit it thin into there. Yeah. But, yeah, I think that was the mistake, was that shot in the bunker.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that you guys have from the FedEx or from the Waste Management? Actually, I do have a question for Chris. Chris Gotterup.
I have a statement real quick.
Yes.
This would not have been a conversation had he hit 5 fairways.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
I've got his. So part of my notes, I literally have. We could go through every shot by shot of the 18th of his final 18, and hole 1 misses fairway left, but drains 16-footer. Wayward drive right on number 2. Finds green, 2 putts for on par 5. Drains spectacular 47-foot birdie.
That's what they do, though. That's their good golf. You're supposed to scramble.
Hole 5 misses fairway. Hole 6 string of.
I just think, like, if I was out playing and you were with me, at some point you would have said, "Take something here, put it in the fairway, and let's regroup."
Yeah.
I will say that was probably,
yeah. But having said that, and this is a perfect example of me playing golf on Saturday, who drove it as badly as I've ever driven it in my life. I've never driven it as badly as I drove the ball on Saturday. But I'm still going to hit driver because I have to fix it.
What?
I can't. I'm not going to. I don't carry
you're
a 3.
Also not playing for.
I also get
millions of dollars.
I get it, but it's like, but I still have that pride in me that okay, this is what I want to do. But I'm going to fix it. I'm going to try to fix it. He wasn't going to quit hitting driver.
Right.
Well, and nor should he quit.
Correct.
But at some point, to Chris's point, you have to put the ball in play.
Yeah.
You're going to miss big?
Miss big.
Yeah. Miss big.
If you're going to miss big.
Well, he missed big, and he lost.
Well, he lost because of the second shot he hit out of the bunker.
And Chris Gotterup is a 2-time winner. So, Chris, my question to you, sir, is Chris Gotterup now a star on the PGA Tour?
Just say
as he rolls his eyes over there.
Just say yes to make him happy.
How about I say he's trending in the right direction?
Great answer.
That sounds like a very familiar answer that we heard.
A great answer.
No, I mean, so we talked about this during the final round.
Great
answer. Final round. Watching the top doing its thing, watching Scotty doing his thing. Like, everybody's kind of meshing. I think, yes, he is playing great golf.
Great answer. But the superstar, no. He's won 4 times on tour. No.
I'm not going to knock what he's done because he's done it.
Right.
But I'm not going to say now he's not a Rory. He's not these guys. But, yes, he's going in the right direction.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local Lodge.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
How many wins on tour do you have to become a superstar?
How many wins?
Yeah.
Whew. I think you have to be in the conversation on most weeks when you're teeing it up.
What sort of answer was that?
Well, you're not going to win every week.
James,
They could talk to you.
how many wins do you have to have on tour to be classified a superstar?
We're bringing, so just for the listening audience, since the camera is.
No, so far, like in your career.
We've brought James Porcello in from Twin Peaks.
James says 10.
10
Okay.
wins.
So he's 6 away from being a superstar.
So he's 6 away from being a
Thanks,
superstar.
mate.
Okay.
28.
Yeah, just wanted to stop him like dribble.
Race to Dubai. Patrick Reed wins again on the DP World Tour. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are going to go, Dave, DA, it's February. Calm down. But
He plays well over there. There's less.
Rory
there's less
is
cameras on him.
chasing Monty for the 8th. His 8th.
Yes.
Patrick Reed's performance so far, though, guys, a win, P2 win. He currently sits with 2,259 points. Rory is in 31st place with 269 points. It is February the 12th. Does Rory catch Patrick Reed for the race to Dubai?
Take over there, Chris.
If Rory was listening right now and saw this, he would say, "Hold my beer," because he will overtake Patrick Reed in a heartbeat.
So Chris says yes. Mick?
Absolutely, 1,000%, if you can say that.
Call Vegas.
110%.
You're giving him 110%.
Yes, he's going to catch him. He's going to play more events, and Patrick Reed will get caught doing it. No, anyway,
He's going to go backwards.
100% he'll catch him.
Okay. I unfortunately agree with these two.
Yep. So does my household.
So that's just,
And-
and may I add Jenny, who is madly in love with Rory McIlroy. Madly in love.
I was really hoping
I guess
that
they'll
one
have
of
to
you
take
guys
her.
would have said no.
There's no
Because
way
I have
Patrick
plenty of
Reed pulled
notes.
that off.
Who in their right mind is going to cheer for Patrick Reed anyway?
Why didn't
He's
you
a
say you're
villain.
cheering for him?
He's a villain.
I didn't say you're cheering for him.
Yeah, even if I did, even if I liked him, the answer would be no. He's a
Let's
villain.
be honest with it. Like,
He's the
whether you
Joker.
like him or not, I think it's too early for a Patrick Reed to hold off that caliber of player.
Well,
who's
he's
just gonna come
yeah,
back.
but he's going to play more events than Roy too, because that's the only place he can play at the moment.
Well, I was going to say that's
Right.
the only place he can
That's
play.
the only place he can play at the moment. So there is that.
It's actually a really good conversation to have because there is a lot of points on both sides for there's no way a 2,000 point deficit has never been overcome. By the way.
Yeah, but understand one thing about the 2,000 point deficit. No one actually understands what the 2,000 point deficit is because no one understands the point system in anything. Well, look at that. See that? Thank you. That's it.
So all three of us agree.
That's my waitress
that
right there.
Rory will be holding the Harry Barden Trophy and catching Monty.
Yes, he will be catching Monty.
Okay, moving on. Gentlemen,
Where?
This would be good.
have you seen, and I think you both said yes,
I feel like this is a tribute.
the
I feel like we're on
PGA
Jeopardy.
Tour this past week came out with their slogan for the players.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, this is not yours.
I'm leaving.
It's hard for me to even say this, but March is going to be major. Has opened up a conversation across folks like you and I that we talk on these things and on radio and television. Is the Players' Championship the 5th major?
Is this where you rewind to last year and say no?
You take over. I'm done.
So, do you want to know the pros and the cons to this? Or do you, because I know both, I know Mick. disagrees with that vehemently. I think I just use it to poke the bear a little bit more.
I'm done with it. It's over.
But it's hard to argue. The purest field in golf for a tournament, the best field, purest field for a tournament.
Then get rid of the PGA Championship because that's the worst field.
Why? Okay.
Make a trade.
Why would you say that the PGA is the worst field?
Because there's 30 club pros that don't make the cut. So
what's the difference between the U.S. Open where you have amateurs playing or the Masters where you have amateurs playing or the British that have amateurs
I get they have to go through a bunch of stages to get there and stuff like that. But no, I'm not. I get it's a wonderful strength of field. It's a fantastic event. It's a great golf course. But no.
So
tradition.
I do want to ask, okay, Chris, as a section PGA pro.
I wasn't going to talk about that.
How do you feel about him saying that they need to fix the PGA Championship?
I think you're just saying make a trade for the tournament. If you're going to take a good one here and get rid of one over here, correct? So it's still 4.
Well, no, DA was talking about strength of field. And what's going to be what's the best major? Well, obviously, what's the best strength of field in any of these majors?
I would arguably say that the Masters is the
100%.
Is the best.
Right. 100%.
Now it's an invitational.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
it's a major. And
but
what's
it
the
is
second best one?
For me, no, hang on. For me, because I have tried to qualify for it, I would say the U.S. Open. Now, it could be easily argued that the Open Championship is the second hardest to make based on the qualifying that you have to go through over in England to make. Now, I've never tried to or attempted to qualify, but I also don't play link style golf. It's a much different style of golf than we play here in the States. The U.S. Open has become much tougher to qualify. These amateurs are basically pros that are out there playing now. So to make the U.S. Open
but
field,
what I was suggesting is you were talking about strength of field, and the players is a great strength of field, but I don't know where we draw the line in adding a fifth major. I'm not sure. Do we go back to anyone who's ever won one before and give them exemption and say that's it? They added to it.
So I don't disagree with you on this because I will also argue then. I will counter-argue back, though, why then when Jack won the U.S. Amateur, it was considered a major, and he technically has 20, but after they just determined that these 4 are the majors, all of a sudden he loses those. They don't count for his total.
But then we can put them back and...
So you took them away... You could add them. I don't like that. I'm a historian of the game. I think at the time, the U.S. Open and the Open Championship were majors because there weren't the PGA of America. There wasn't the...
I'm not a fan of changing the tradition of where we're at.
You're not a fan. I agree with you. I don't think adding a 5th major is the right thing. You look at, obviously just look at the women.
Then when you're talking about strength of field, well, then we can go to the invitational events or the like Pebble Beach this week. It's 70-something players, and then we make that a major as well because of strength of field. I think honestly, and I've been hearing all the debates, and we're not going to bring up the one guy that really kind of kick-started this conversation. Oh, Brandel Chambly?
You brought him up. I didn't.
I love Brandel.
Because this is all he's trying to do is get his name out there.
That's what he does.
What I will say is this. You look at the Evian, it loses. The more you add to it, the less the prestige is about the other ones. I would say it's up to, and I've heard the debate, well, who determines if it's a major? Well, it's determined by the players.
Yeah.
If a player is going to spend more time getting ready for a specific tournament, and we hear about it, game planning for the Masters, game planning for the U.S. Open, getting ready for the British, like all these things we hear about. You don't hear about guys getting ready for the players.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. And I can tell you as a caddy, it's on your radar very quickly early in the season if you got a player who's playing in the Players' Championship. 1, because of the money.
I was going to say purse size.
2, because of the money. And 3, because of 1 and 2. So, yeah, so there is that. Does it have a feel of a major when you're there? Yes. It does have the feel of a major when you're playing it because, again, purse size, your coaches are there, your psychs are there, the crowds are there. It's a great golf course. You've got incredible finishing holes. So, yes, it does have a major feel about it. Would I classify it as a major? And I'm still going to say no.
And you and I, we agree on this. That's the fun part about this. Yeah. I tongue-in-cheek call it the 5th, and then obviously the Tour Championship, the 6th major. That's more for my own comedic input on my end. But no, I agree. But I think it comes down to, are the players getting ready for it? And you know, and I forgive me if I don't care about if 3 or 4 players from LIV can't make it because they've gone and played on another tour. I'm sure there's guys on the Asian Tour and the South American Tour and on the DP World Tour that should be playing in it that unfortunately haven't been able to qualify. So, you know, you can take that part and shove it, to be candid.
Shove it.
Wow.
All right. Since we're all on the same page on that one, let's turn our focus to Pebble Beach. This first signature event of the season. Fellas.
Should be a major then.
$20 million purse.
$20 million. American.
Chris.
Oh, American dollars.
Chris. Let me ask you this. As a section pro, do you see how much pressure see how much pressure is on the guys to keep their cards with this becoming a signature event? Does that change the vibe on the range, do you think?
What do you mean? It's like it's easier to keep your... Yeah.
Well, it's harder to keep your card, but it's easier if you're in these signature events.
Of course.
All right, but I would say if you're in any tournament, you're going to prepare the same, right? You're not going to go out somewhere like, oh, this is not this one. I'm just going to hit this way. So I don't think there's any pressure. I think it should be the same pressure year round.
Okay.
Didn't like that answer.
No,
it's
really these are the questions that really the context of it is where do the pros, you know, what these tournaments are a lot tougher.
Right.
Obviously dealing with a bunch of amateurs while you're out there at 5-hour rounds. I mean, obviously
6-hour rounds.
We're still right. Mick's got stories.
I wish it was a 5-hour round at Pebble Beach. Never had one ever in my life.
You were always a 6-hour round or longer.
And then some.
What was the most frustrating part about that?
Nothing. There was nothing frustrating about it. They're just long days. It's like you're playing with amateurs. You know, a lot of the time when I was paired with Bill Murray for 2 years, so you know you're going to get the crowd and you're going to get his interaction. So it's just you've got to prepare and know that it's going to be a long round. You don't turn up to Pebble Beach thinking you're going to play 4.5-hour rounds of golf. You know it's going to be 5. It can be 6. It can be longer than 6 hours. If the weather's bad, it can be longer than 6 hours. So, and if you watched the weather yesterday when it was blowing 60 miles an hour yesterday in the practice rounds, and there was guys on 7 hitting golf balls over their heads and stuff like that. So you know that if the weather is really, really bad, you're in for a long day. But you've got to mentally prepare for that. It's just this is not a normal round of golf. Now, having a $20 million event in a Pro-Am, okay.
It's a little tougher.
Good. Adds an extra challenge.
So let me ask you this.
Don't complain that you're playing in a Pro-Am for $20 million.
Right.
You'll be okay.
That's your takeaway?
Yeah, very much so.
Let me ask you this. What are each of you looking forward to this week at Pebble Beach? What are you looking for, and what do you expect to happen?
No, you go ahead.
I want bad weather.
You want bad weather. Well, it's beautiful out there right now.
I know. I wanted
Perfect
wind.
conditions.
I wanted wind and rain, and I wanted them to see them battle and struggle, and yeah, that was.
That might help Scotty at this point.
Yeah, he's got off to a couple of slow starts now, but yeah, I like every now and again I like to see them play in the elements and go, you know what? Because Pebble Beach,
2 good days of weather and then turn
because
it around.
Pebble Beach, when it blows hard over there and it gets windy and wet and cold, is not a great fun place to be.
What is since I've never been out on what is Spyglass like?
I've never been a huge fan of Spyglass, to tell you the truth. I think it's okay. I think it's an okay golf course. I've never been a huge fan of the layout, but again, it's prestigious. There's some funky holes there. Again, it dictates the greens too. I mean, these greens at Poana, they get very wet, they get very soft, they get very, very bumpy by the end of the day, and they can be very, very hard to putt on. But again, if you're playing for $20 million, I'd be putting in the parking lot. So let's.
You're putting anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere you want.
Anywhere you want.
Anywhere you want. Sign me up.
Chris, you're just going to shake your head.
You know what the answer is.
I might know, but the listener doesn't know. Good.
Scotty.
You're watching Scott. Well, Scotty's not having. He's struggling coming
He
in
wasn't
here.
having a good one last week either.
Right. You know, I'm like Mick. I want to see. Well, I don't want to see bad weather. I do want to see the winds come up a little bit, though. Let these.
Oh, I do. I want to see them wearing wind
I like to
jackets.
see rain.
I want to see them wearing
Rain?
wing jackets that are flapping around and umbrellas that don't. Yes, come on, let's get serious. Only because I've only had to do that once out there and it wasn't much fun.
Well, I don't want to see.
And I think every other I think caddies in the world should experience that.
I will say this. I don't want to see 25 under winning this weekend,
No.
which is on pace with where they're going to finish.
I just one round of bad weather for, yeah, and then because when you get off the golf course, you're defeated. No one's going to go to the range. Everyone's cold. Everyone's wet. It's miserable. And then you go and have a nice meal and at Phil Robinson's pub down there in Monterey, great place. And then go have some fish and chips and and have a beer and enjoy your night.
That actually sounds really good
It
at
is
this
good.
point. All right. Last part, boys. Okay, our picks last week. Dave had Ben Griffin, who finished T28. Mick, you had Max Gracerman. He missed the cut.
Are you sure?
Well, I've been checking this on Gemini AI, so I don't. I mean, it could be wrong.
Double check.
AI is never wrong.
I don't know if he did that.
You know, I find it ironic. You picked Max Gracerman, and then we had a collapse as we got to 18.
Oh, did he? Yeah. I was actually going to pick Fleetwood today, and then I went to Victor Hovland.
Well,
thanks to his caddy.
Smiley.
Gave me bad information.
So Mick's already skipped. So we're going to our picks. Mick is going to take Victor Hovland.
Thanks to his caddy. Talk me into it.
Chris is taking the easy road and went Scotty. I am going Sepp Straka this week. So right now, Mick.
Well, there's one thing about Sepp Straka. If the wind does blow, his caddy's not falling over, I can assure you.
Wow.
Biggest legs I've ever seen on tour. Actually, he actually posted something on Facebook yesterday when the winds were blowing. He goes, I'm in my element. I'm not getting blown over on this. So he said that himself.
Well, our race is tight now with your missed cut and my T28. I lead slightly, 103.5 to 92. But
check this out.
we are a long ways. I actually have the stats right there.
Yeah,
just so you know.
I could print out stuff too and make it look good.
He just doesn't trust me, ladies and gentlemen. Last bit of news. Tiger Woods' son, Charlie Woods, announced he is verbally committed to Florida State University to go play golf.
How much NIL money is he getting?
That's a great question. How much NIL money is Charlie Woods?
Because he's getting some.
Well, you would think.
Because his dad's cheap.
Whoa. Sorry, Tiger.
I'm not.
I do appreciate the quote from the Falcons announcer and ACC legend, Wes Durham.
Wes Durham, good man.
It's a good thing that Tiger kept the ACC rivalry alive with the Stanford Cardinal and
Ooh, I like
Florida
that.
State Seminole.
I like that. But yes, I was wondering about the NIL, that he gets some money to go down there.
Gentlemen, anything else?
You need it.
Oh, no. It's been a big week for Atlanta sports again.
It's been a tough week for Atlanta sports.
Schwanbeck, he gone.
We
One of our linebackers, he gone.
oh boy.
For a while.
Well, Chris, thanks for joining us.
Good to be back.
Thanks for Grizzle for sitting in the background
Chris
there.
hanging out in the background.
Grizzle's hanging out in the background.
Porcello hanging out with us.
He gone.
We want to thank our friends at La Cima Restaurant Group, Twin Peaks here in Kennesaw, Georgia, for having us.
29-degree beer. Get on it.
Thanks for teeing up with us. If you're catching us on YouTube, make sure you give us a like, hit that subscribe button, drop us a comment, let us know how we're doing. Do appreciate all the comments that you're making on the shorts. You can find every episode where you find your favorite podcast: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and now we are available on iHeart Podcasts. Just search for Tales from the Tips under podcast. Give a like, subscribe, hit the plus button, do whatever you got to do, and enjoy. Mick,
Yes.
you can find us on all the socials: Instagram, X, and
TikTok.
Mick's favorite TikTok. And you can always catch this event live on the Twitch. Hope everybody's enjoying. Say hi to everybody. Gentlemen, it's going to warm up again, I think.
Yes.
So-
Playing golf on Saturday again with Grizz.
Keep your drive straight, your putt short, and your scores low as we tee it up on Tales from the Tips. We'll see you next time.